Hi everyone, Jacqueline Kuhn here with JacquelineKuhn.com, powered by angels, with an angel and astrology video extra about Mercury retrograde in Pisces. And we're going to be connecting 4 archangels with this retrograde event: Sandalphon, Jeremiel, Metatron, and Haniel. And we'll talk a little bit about why 4, given the energy that's going to be triggered. And this is a pretty special retrograde because it is at the end of the astrological season. So we'll get into that in a little bit. But before we do, wanted to do a quick primer and review of the 15 archangels that I teach about and I have been called to associate with the zodiac. 3 of them, however, are not associated: Michael, Raphael, Haniel. They're uber, uber super archangels, and are out on their own, and they're kind of the overseers of the others. All the others are aligned with zodiacs, and this retrograde is in Pisces. So first and foremost, we'll be looking at Archangel Sandalphon because he is in Pisces. But some of the energy and effects of Mercury retrograde in Pisces will also be helpful to call upon Metatron, Jeremiel, and Haniel. And I do this for a couple of reasons. Number one, to help you understand that it is the energy behind the archangel that is important. Yes, I do tie them to zodiac signs because the energy of that zodiac sign and of that archangel complement each other, but that doesn't mean they cannot be called upon if that zodiac sign has nothing to do with what's going on energy-wise, because their gifts are for us to call upon. And so while Mercury is retrograde in Pisces, we are calling upon archangels that are associated with, Scorpio and Virgo, meaning Jeremiel and Metatron, respectively. And so I just want you to really understand that as a part of this whole education on the archangels, don't think that if you don't have any Cancer in your chart, you can never call on Gabriel as, the communication archangel. You can. There's nothing to keep you from calling on the archangels, even if they're not even present in your chart. So yeah, and if you want to learn more about them, I would really encourage you to either comment on this video, message me through my website, and I can do a one-on-one session with you. My archangels and astrology readings really not only help you understand the archangels and your astrology tie, but also the archangels in general and what energy they have. And that can really help, like in situations such as what we're going to be going through over the next couple of weeks. So these are the current planetary placements. On the day that Mercury goes retrograde, the moon will be in Cancer. It's not there yet. I'm recording this a couple days ahead of time. So if you view this on the 24th or 25th, the moon won't be in Cancer yet, but it will be there at the time of the retrograde. This is where all the other planets sit. Most of them have made their transition into Pisces. Mars is the last, and it will be the last of the close planets, and it will be transitioning in about a week. So I'll have that covered at that time. So I want you to think about retrogrades in a positive way. So many people think negatively about retrogrades, and I am not one of those people. To me, it's a second chance. It's your opportunity to quote unquote, redo, revise, rethink, whatever, right? When a planet goes retrograde and it moves backwards, it calls us to take a look at what we have done, what decisions we've made, what has happened in the past, and make the choice to correct and move forward or let go. That's really what retrogrades are. Yes, it stalls the energy. And Mercury, of course, because it's communication and technology, it's going to impact those things. So yes, may you have a computer glitch, you might have some travel glitches. So take extra time and know that that could happen. And, plan for it, right? I mean, you want to plan when Mercury is in retrograde a little more because it can come in and upset some things. But it should not be seen as this, oh my God, Mercury's in retrograde. And it's a really easy way to blame things like miscommunication and, not having a meeting on your calendar or something like that. It's a fallback, but I wouldn't use it as an excuse. I really want you to think of it as an opportunity and a gift for you to make a move, to think about making a move. But just remember that during a Mercury retrograde, most astrologists would not make any brand new decisions, contracts, or business plans. It's typically not a good time. If you've been working on something already, have seen the contracts, been communicating, that's not necessarily considered a new decision. This is like having never seen the paperwork before, going out and looking at a home and buying it during the 3 weeks of the Mercury retrograde. So that's what most astrologers are going to tell you not to do. I will tell you that it's probably not a good idea. Things can slip through the cracks. Again, you do have the free will to do what you want, and then maybe call upon some archangels for some help and guidance. But if at all, during this period from February 26th, which is Friday, based on when I'm recording this, through March 20th, Mercury is retrograde in Pisces. Now, the shadow period has started, so we are in the shadow of it. And there will be, a post period a couple of days or so afterwards. So a few days before and a few days after here. So we're really looking at probably a 4-week period where you should kind of be very careful and pause anything new you might want to be doing. But with this Mercury retrograde in Pisces, we've got some really great opportunities. First of all, for creativity. Because it's Pisces, right? And Pisces is ethereal and flowing and moving and creative. If a great time to work on any writing or music or channeling, intuitive downloads, your dream interpretations, right? These are things going in deep, right? Going internally, going inside, and bringing the creativity and to whatever endeavor you're actually doing. So it amplifies the creativity as you're going inward and maybe writing your thoughts or drafting that piece of music or tackling that piece, that emotion, right? It allows you to lead with emotion as well. And then this is a cleansing, right? It's a really much of a cleansing retrograde, particularly because it's at the end of the astrological cycle. Unresolved feelings may return. You may find that things from the past, the way you feel about people may come up. And you'll want to cleanse it, get closure, move on after the retrograde is passed. Don't be surprised if people from your past reappear. Relationships you may have had or people who you have soul contracts with, particularly if maybe it ended badly or you're on maybe not very good terms, and you need to resolve something there. And then any spiritual lessons that you haven't learned and closed out can also come back during this time looking for closure. So think of this as a way to break the ties, break the cords from anything that you need to let go of before we move forward into the new astrological year of 2026. Because this closes the 2025 astrological year. I just want to be clear that Pisces is still in the 2025 astrological year. We are closing it down, and when we move into Aries in March, we will be beginning the 2026 astrological year. It's kind of like a fiscal year in math, in finance rather. And given that Pisces is the place of endings, right, as the final sign, completion of karmic cycles. So anything you started last year, any karmic energy that you gave out that haven't been concluded, you can expect it to be concluded during this time, good and bad. Anything about yourself that's outdated, the way you view yourself, the way you want people to view you, time to release that. And what comes down to me is any old pictures you have out there, right? You want to start fresh. You want your narrative about yourself to be about who you are today and now. There's so much change energy out there for this coming year that you want to make sure you take this opportunity to, remove from public view and your profiles and your social media, anything that you just want to let go of, that you don't want to be out there anymore. That just is no longer relevant. You will want to take some time to go internal and think about and even journal about narratives and beliefs that really are no longer serving you, and surrender them and really get rid of them. Because if they're going to hold you back, you're going to struggle as we move throughout the rest of 2026. And really take this retrograde as your opportunity to prepare yourself for the rebirth in Aries. As we start the new astrological year, right about when this Mercury retrograde ends, to be honest, Aries begins, and it can be a tremendous rebirth if we get rid of anything that is weighing us down, anything that we feel like is an anchor. And so the veil does thin during this period. It has gotten much thinner, and people that I know that are mediums, and other people who may have some clairs that hadn't been as strong in the past are now getting messages and understanding messages. The veil is thin, and so listen to your inner voice, listen to your intuition, learn how to clear yourself of energies that are no longer serving you, energies that may be weighing you down. I'm always available to help. There are other practitioners I can recommend if there's something you need that I can't do. So feel free to reach out to me in any case. I would love to really learn a little bit more and have some conversation on this, around this video, of things that you are struggling with during the retrograde season. I will be checking the comments every couple of days. And so if there are patterns that are coming up, dreams that are coming up, things that are arising during this retrograde season, and you'd like to address it, feel free to even pop it in the comments and I will check them, or reach out to me personally. Either way will work. So our archangels, to help us take the most and get the most out of this retrograde as we close the astrological year out, begins with Sandalphon. Of course, he's all things Pisces. He is the angel of music, right? If you haven't watched my Pisces video yet with the history of Archangel Sandalphon, I encourage you to go do so. As the angel of music, he can help you with those creative outlets, and any, creative projects that you need to complete. Because he is the angel of music, clairaudience. Because clairaudience is heightened, he can help you, if you have clairaudience, think you have it, want to develop it more further, really help you receive your messages through music and sound, and help them come in with clarity and understanding. He's also a grounding archangel, right? And so there's a lot of emotion that happens during, Pisces is all emotion, right? It's a very emotional time. And so he can help you ground in these emotions that are going to come up, these thoughts, these feelings, these things that need to be let go of that maybe you don't want to let go of. He can ground you so that you can feel them and work through them without really getting lost and without losing yourself, and keeping true to who you really are today, not necessarily when that event happened. He can help you communicate spiritually. Remember that one of the things about Mercury is communication. And so when it is retrograde, communication gets a little wonky sometimes. And so he can help you communicate spiritually and not reactively, particularly when you might not understand what you're hearing or seeing. And because he was once human, remember always that he understands us. He's, one of the two archangels that were human. The other is Metatron, and we'll talk about him next. But he was once human, and he understands our prayers. He understands our journey, and is here to help us. I have crafted this prayer to Archangel Sandalphon, specifically for this retrograde season. At this time, if you want to take a page shot, pause the video to write it down so you have it handy, or just bookmark this video so you can come back to it. Here is a prayer for him so he can help you through this retrograde. Our next archangels are Jeremiel and Metatron, and I put them together here because what they do, the gifts that they provide are so related given what's going to happen during, the end of this astrological season. They can help with those past relationships and soul contracts and spiritual lessons and any karmic energy and circles that and cycles that, need to be cleared. And so, Archangel Jeremiel is actually the archangel for Scorpio. And he actually can do a past life review. You can call on him to help you understand from a past life perspective what might still be out there lingering that you need to cut the cord from that's impacting what's going on here, or what do you have to complete to move forward. And then Archangel Metatron, he's the, keeper of the Akashic record. He knows your soul's purpose. He knows what your soul has done in the past. And he can help you through those spiritual lessons, help point you in the right direction, help you understand those messages and feelings and thoughts that are coming through so you can complete those karmic cycles and not take them into the next astrological year with you. And so I have crafted a prayer to both Archangels Jeremiel and Metatron. This is a real powerful prayer, and it really covers the strength of both, but asks them to guide you together, right? For both to come in. And I wanted to also do this to help you understand that you don't always have to talk to just one archangel. You can talk to two of them if there are two angels that or more that who have gifts that can help you through a particular problem. And in this case, we've got Sandalphon for prayer and music, and Jeremiel for past lives, and Metatron for soul connections, and all three of them can be working together with you on those things that they specialize in. Think of them as your specialists, right? As your archangel superhero specialists. And so you may want to bookmark, copy, do whatever you need to do with this prayers to both Jeremiel and Metatron. And then our last archangel that we're highlighting here is Haniel. Archangel Haniel is all about intuition. She is about moon cycles, but from a Mercury retrograde in Pisces perspective, this is your key to unlocking your intuition, understanding those messages, and softening them, right? She is divine feminine energy, that female intuition that all of us have, not just women, but she is our key to unlocking it. And she does not tie to any specific zodiac sign, and she just is sort of this uber divine feminine energy to help us understand really what's in our gut, what we're thinking about, and use our gut as our celestial intuition GPS. I do have a prayer to Archangel Haniel as well, to really help you with your inner voice, with that intuition, help you filter it, help you understand it. And so feel free to also use this as you work through Mercury retrograde with Archangel Haniel. And with that, I'm going to close this video with a couple of reminders. First of all, my website, JacquelineKuhn.com. I'm always here for any help, any questions. You can email me, you can message me through the website. This retrograde is yet another, big energy that's hitting us here in February. I know a lot of you may be struggling through all these energy changes, and may need help looking at the gifts that you can get from working through. And that's what I'm here for. Check my website out. I've got, a couple of offerings that might be helpful to you, as well as I do, individual appointments, and consultations all the time. So feel free to reach out to me for any need that you might have as we go through this big energy shift. Until we talk again, I will be landing a couple more videos before the Aries season hits. So keep your eye out. Make sure you're a subscriber and have notifications turned on so that you are aware and notified when the new videos hit. I thank you so much for watching, for being with me, for following me, and being a faithful subscriber. Until then, be blessed. Goodbye for now.